Hello to all the knights and queens of the world. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Royal Diamond, aka Mr.RoyalNieves, coming back at you with another incredible video. My topic today is one that I really love. Is trust God. Trust God with it all. You know, even if it's like everything and anything, or just with certain things that you feel like they're out of your control. So trusting God is basically when you come to the point in your life that you do not know or do not know how to do it, or don't know how you are going to overcome it. That's when you trust God. You know, you come to God, you lay it at his feet, you let him know what you're going through, and be like, God, I need your help in this. You know, I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to do it. I don't know if I have what it takes to go on. And just kind of like leaving that to God's hands, and you moving forward with peace, you know, just trusting him. And I know sometimes that's very hard for a lot of people to really just let go and trust God, because everybody want to have kind of like this mentality of they have everything under control, like they have this kind of sense of power over everything. You may influence everything, but you cannot control everything. Everything is possible because of God. God controls everything in your life. The only reason why you doing anything or even existing is because God is allowing you to exist, to live, and to do incredible things. You know what I'm saying? So that's one point there. Two, when you begin to let go, like really just let go and trust God with it, then you begin to receive his understanding and his wisdom. You begin to see his favor and his blessing moving amongst your life and in those situations, because you're basically building that relationship. Like, God, I trust you in my life. I trust you with everything in my life. I'm not gonna stress and worry about all these things, because I know that's not what you want me to do, because God feels everything that we feel. And when you trust God, there's no need to question. You know what I'm saying? It's just like no point of worrying when you trust God with it. And what's the point of worrying if you already let God handle it? You know what I'm saying? So it's like letting go so you can walk in your peace, and really building that confidence that God has this already handled. God will work this out in your favor. God is already there and won the battle for you. So that's the whole concept of trusting God, like letting go and trusting God so you can walk in your peace. You know, sometimes it's like you're like, okay, I trust you, God, but then you're still stressing, worrying. You're not believing that he got this for you. You're still trying to take things under your control. You kind of intervene when how God want to do certain things in your life. You know, you got to let go and let God. You know, you got to understand that we're not meant to be divided in so many ways and so many different things. We're supposed to be focused on certain things in our life as we grow and prosper. So the more, it's just like when you have a relationship with God, you focus on God. The more you focus on him, the more everything else in your life will come into place. The more he will give you that stability, you know what I'm saying, like that foundation. You know, God is our foundation. God is our everything. We can go to him for anything and everything, but you have to be the one to really demonstrate that, let him know and feel it in your heart, like, you know, because the moment you let go and trust God, then he will give you peace in your heart. He kind of give you that serenity, you know. You'll be like, okay, I got you, God. I hear what you're saying. I trust you with it. You know what I'm saying? Well, walk in my peace, enjoy my life. You know, there's no sense of ruining your day because things that you still don't understand, don't know how to do, or because you're trying to figure out how to do it. Just have fun, be joyful, be grateful, be humble, you know, give him praise and glory that he has this figured out. And the fact that he exists, that he is able to exist, that he exists and he's there for us and he loves us and he cares for us and he wants nothing for the best for us. You know, I just feel like there's a lot of programming that has been done over the years as to why so many people are the way they are. But when you begin to realize you can take the power back by deprogramming yourself and really taking action in the things that will build yourself up, not only spiritually with God, but like mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, intellectually, you know what I'm saying, all these other things, and you begin to see how truly beautiful and powerful God is. And not only that, how grateful you become, because it's like, if you don't wake up from the false realities, you're doomed to its destination, you know, to its results. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like you are meant for greatness. And I know that may be very hard for a lot of people to believe, because that's not something that was taught to us. That's not something that was preached to us in the way it's supposed to, because the Bible says it. You know, Bible says a lot of beautiful things. How beautiful he made us, how strong he made us, how humble he made us, how breathtaking he made us, how capable he made us, and so many things. And I mean, in depths of layers. But I feel like there's so much false programming when it comes to that it's not being taught or, you know, to you the way it should, so you can go out into the world to accomplish those great things that God has for you. But don't worry, Because if you feel like, you've been through some things and you feel like that's not yet a true belief in you, you can build that, you can grow in that with God, because God is still real. God still exists. He's forevermore, and he's always right there. It's just really detaching yourself from the world and really trusting God with everything. And I mean with everything: your mind, body, soul, spirit, your journey, your goals and dreams, your relationship with him, relationship with other people. I feel like, for me personally, God is the glue to everything. God is the mastermind behind everything. God is the beauty of everything. You know what I'm saying? So when you begin to understand that and respect that and really fall in love with who God is, then a lot of things will start transforming in your life. A lot of peace and serenity will come into your life. A lot of strength, a lot of understanding, a lot of emotional maturity, mental maturity, a lot of growth, a lot of appreciation and gratitude. Like you're being transformed, because the words that you have to be renewed by your mind. You have to renew your mind in the things of God. And when you do, you see life at such a different level. You see everything at such a different level, because now you're doing things through God. You get what I'm saying? God is helping you to see everything how he wants you to see it, experience it, feel it. Kind of like that purity, that innocence sense. That's what I'm saying. So when you trust God with everything, you don't have to worry about anything, because he has everything covered. You just have to do your part, doing the action, having faith, walking by faith, building your relationship, being faithful, being loyal. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like a lot of people, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of nationality, regardless of your skin color, regardless of where you come from, who you know, all that stuff has nothing to do with morals, values, principles, and how to carry yourself the way God created us to carry ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's beautiful that we are all different, but we cannot keep allowing our self-worth, our identity, to continue to be defined by these different categories based off some biasm from society. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people buy into all this stigmatism around like ethnicity, nationality, and everybody's like, oh, that's how Puerto Ricans are, or that's how black people are, or that's how Dominicans are, or how Italians is, or how white people are, and all this other stuff. I'm like, but when you take responsibility and accountability for your life and make that commitment to be the difference, regardless of anything, you begin to change all those belief systems. You begin to change that reality. People fail to realize that regardless of what, the more you keep acting out of line, or the more you keep acting, how do I say, like, what you call that? Kind of like acting. Basically, it's like the more you keep acting in the way that people expect for you to act, the more validation you're giving truth to those biasms, on nationality and races and all this other stuff. That's why it's very important that regardless of what the world may think, you carry yourself how you're supposed to carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like for Puerto Ricans, I'm not trying to, say too many, because I don't want nobody getting, sensitive and stuff like that. But it's just reality. Just like for Puerto Rican, they say, oh, Puerto Ricans are like very loud, very, what you call it? They're very loud, and they eat a lot of salt with their food, and and all this other stuff. But it's like, okay, I understand that's what the world may think, but if I'm carrying myself like, soft tone, I'm not acting ratchet or ghetto, all those stuff do not apply to me. You know what I'm saying? And I begin to change that point of view, or that perspective for my race. You get what I'm saying? But if I continue to be like, kind of like that arrogance, like, oh, I don't care what anybody say, and you still continuing to be loud, disrespectful, ratchet, then you're basically giving your race the bad name. You're basically continuing adding to that bias and that belief of what society is saying. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference between not like, like believing what society says, or taking what they're saying as truth, but it's a way to kind of change that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if everybody started really taking care of each other, being there for one another, loving one another, respecting one another, regardless of sexes as well, regardless of anything, just as a human being, as a person, then you begin to destroy those false limitations from the world. You get what I'm saying? Like, you begin to dismiss all those false programming of beliefs in your own mind about yourself. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's so important to trust God, because when you trust God, there's so much that He will reveal to you so much wisdom and understanding, so much maturity of the way you think and comprehend and analyze things, that it's just you end up just being so grateful and humble because you're not naive anymore. You're not blind to the truth. It's basically what I'm saying. That's why it's so important to trust God. He will give you so much. You know what I'm saying? So much in return when you begin to develop that relationship with Him. That's why it's so important to have a relationship with Him, because even though you may go through life and whatever the situation may be, but it's like when you go home and you're alone and all that, the only person that's there is you and God. You get what I'm saying? People do the most trying to fit in and all this extraness and really losing their self-identity for false beliefs, for false creation of things that doesn't even apply to you, that's not even real, but they make it real because they keep believing it. You know what I'm saying? But when everybody goes home, when everything's said and done, when all the lights turns off, when the music, drops down low and you're by yourself, all you have is you and God. And how you really, and what you do in those moments and what you say to yourself or what you're thinking, it will define who you are. It will let you know who you are. And will let you know where you're going in life. That's why it's very important to begin to change and blossom into the person God created you to be, and really letting go of all this extraness. Just saying, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you really see things through God's eyes of what's more valuable, what's more important, a lot of things that people stress and worry about has no comprehension to the beauty of everything behind the truth. You know what I'm saying? But like I said on my videos, I love you. God bless you. I thank you. I'm proud of you. Let's take the world by storm. Comment, like, and subscribe, and share. Let's grow and blossom. Let's change, and let's just live our true life. Let's be happy and free. Until my next one. Peace.